Well, the Lieutenant Governor's race was one of several state races won by Republican candidates in North Carolina. The state Republican Party is holding a press conference right now. Let's listen in live.
Particularly with the president being on the ground here in North Carolina, his family and the vice president being on the ground, that we saw enthusiasm surge, which is why we saw late-breaking gains where the Republicans actually managed to win 9 out of the last 11 days of early voting, where we saw a huge spike in Election Day turnout. And so with record turnout across the board, for there to be a good win for the president, a good win for Senator Tillis, you know, we really did see that the enthusiasm peaked with it. So we'll have time to kind of dissect what that's all going to look like, but I have a feeling it probably is going to have more to do with those who voted early and those who voted late than it is any other particular, you know, partisanship or other issues.
How do you feel like the process worked in this state? Obviously, North Carolina allowed the processing of votes early, which Pennsylvania did not.
Right.
How do you feel like that worked out?
Look, I think that the rules that the legislature put together, the law that they passed and was signed by the governor, was implemented well by the Board of Elections. We had issues on several occasions where they were trying to change the rules after voting started. But, you know, we're very comfortable with and have always been very comfortable with a 3-tier series of absentee, early voting, and then Election Day. So, you know, the fact that we actually got through, you know, last night, and we've got a couple races that are going to be very close, and we're going to see what happens with provisionals and outstanding absentees. But for the most part, we're pretty comfortable with what these margins look like. And, you know, we're going to certify North Carolina for Donald Trump and for Tom Tillis, and we're looking at those House races. So I think the process overall has worked fairly well. We just need to make sure that we get through this last, you know, counting of the provisionals.
All right, that was the state GOP at their headquarters in Raleigh. Of course, we'll have much more on this tonight at 5. And remember, you can find results for all the races on our website and the CBS 17 News app.